Hello everyone, Speedy Hedgehog Live here with a new video. Today, this is part 15 of me building a city. In this video, I'm going to be building a diner and a Pizza Hut restaurant. So, let's get into it.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a diner. Oh, and by the way, if you want to learn how to make a car or a truck, or perhaps even lorry, depending on where you're from, I prefer lorry. Although it does sound a little bit silly in comparison to truck. Well anyway, if you want to make any of those, check out the card system and the description below. Probably also the comment section too, for each of those tutorials. If you want to make a car or a truck to go along with your diner, you'll be able to easily find those tutorials in those places. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as it helps me and the channel out very, very much, and it may even help us to repair the roof that I have now destroyed a little bit of. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make your diner, a 20 by 28 block area, as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which I would always urge that you make if you are planning out your world. It can only help. Here are all of the materials.
Let's grab the materials. So, yeah. Okay, we need that. Yeah. We need stone, concrete.
We will be using throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. So, step one, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come to the front left-hand corner of the grid, as usual, if you've made it, and count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is the starting position. Place yourself 2 light blue concrete, going right. 1, 2. Then 3 pink concrete. 1, 2, 3. A blue. 3 pink. 1, 2, 3. A blue. 3 pink. 1, 2, 3. A blue. And then extend that blue forwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 2 pink concrete going right. 1, 2. 4 light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have to start extending backwards. So to extend backwards, we want to place a light blue, 3 pink, 1, 2, 3, 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 and finally 2 light blue. So we want to have that. What we then want to do is extend across the back of the build using light blue concrete, with the goal of lining it up with the front of the build. Then we want to take this end light blue that lines up with the front of the build, and we want to place 3 light blue concrete extending forwards. 1, 2, 3. Then 2 pink. 1, 2. 3 light blue. 1, 2, 3. 2 pink. 1, 2. And finally you should just be able to place 3 light blue concrete extending forward. So the end result of this kind of looks like the messenger icon on my phone. We then want to, well, I don't know why, but I want to dig out the floor right now. I'm feeling like digging out the floor of the diner. There's no particular reason other than it's just a feeling that I fancy digging out the floor. So I'm going to do that part right now before we start building the walls and all the other little bits of detail. To be quite honest, now that we have kind of like the floor plan for our build, things get rather easy from here. The walls are very, very simple to build. We simply extend up the light blue concrete and we place glass on top of the pink concrete, and we stick a roof on this thing, add a little bit of an overhang and a door, and there isn't too much more to it. The building itself, whilst nice and colourful and interesting to look at, rather easy to do. So, something else that we can do whilst we're here, and I feel like doing just this colour right now because we've got on it. So, the floor of the diner is a checkered pattern between white and black concrete. So, I am going to add all of the white concrete portion, poorly as it would seem, to the floor. I don't have black concrete out right now, but it doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to add the white concrete for the floor right now. It'll save us doing it a little bit later on. One could argue that it'd be easier to do the floor once you have all of the stuff inside of the building. Reason being is because there'd be less floor area to actually like destroy and recover, but I would argue that it's actually easier just to do the floor and then stick stuff on top of it. So if you did want to skip ahead in the video for whatever reason, although we might as well do this together, I guess you could. But I don't know why. I find it very satisfying to have, like, this isn't the part that I find satisfying with, like, doing the checkered floors and such. I find it adding the second colour is so satisfying. So it's almost like when you're well, yeah, I guess you are kind of making a jigsaw. When you're doing a jigsaw, building a jigsaw, however you'd say it, it's so satisfying to add, like, the final pieces, like, it's all fun and well, like, doing, like, the sides of the jigsaw and stuff, but, like, getting the final piece is the most satisfying part, like, to a piece of the picture, or maybe even, like, the last piece, like, that's always the best part. So, like, this is, look at that. That looks pretty cool. So we'll be completing the jigsaw a little bit later on. So now we are going to start building up the actual walls of this place. And to start off with, we're going to add a little bit of a menu board. This is found all the way on the front right-hand side of the diner. We want to take these two central light blue concretes and we want to place 2 rows of white on top. We then want to raise up the remaining light blue concrete. So all of the light blue concretes, except for those 2, want to be raised up by 2 rows. So every single one of them. Those were the only exceptions. We also have to add a door later on, but, you know, we can just do that a little bit later on. It would be quite useful if it turned out that the door was on a white concrete. I think that we can actually I think that we can actually alter that in.
Time to relax.
A little bit. You'll see what I mean in a second. Hang on. So now that we've done all of the light blue concrete, if we make the door either here or here, then that means that we can destroy this block. I mean, here is actually quite good anyway. If we can destroy that, we can have a white concrete. So we can then just stick an oak wood door there. We could even have a little window here, although I'm not sure if that actually gets in the way of something. We'll have to see. I don't think it does actually, so we can have a little window there and we can stick some black glass. Speaking of black glass, guess what we're doing next? We're going to be filling in all of these window areas. And it might be easier, more so with the 2-row windows, the 2x2 windows. You could just place the glass pane on either side and it's easy peasy. However, if you're anything like me, you may struggle ever so slightly with these windows in that you've kind of got to place glass upon glass. So it might be a bit easier to put the roof in, and then we could have just placed the glass like underneath the roof, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. So here, here, and here. Perfect. So what are we going to do next? I think that we're going to get rid of the oak door, and we're going to get black concrete. So now that we've got that, we are going to fill in the entire floor, because I want to do it before it's too dark in here, because the next part after this is, but I think that we're just going to do the roof. So I'm getting that very satisfying feeling right now of completing the jigsaw. It just, no. Do you guys find that satisfying at all? Like filling in walls or just like doing floors and stuff like this? Like, I don't know, the satisfaction is just unmatched. So now that, why did I have to dig? In just some places it's just so annoying that I like dug. Hang on, what? This sounds like a weird sentence to say. I dug a double hole. There we go. I dug a double hole. That's difficult to say fast, actually. Dug a double ditch might even be even. It's like a tongue twister. That's I might have just discovered a new tongue twister. Dug a double ditch. I don't know what. Try and say that about 10 times fast. So after we've done this, I think that we'll probably complete the remaining like structural parts of the diner, and then we will probably move on to the inside. We've got to add a bit of a car park because I think that's quite an important part of the diner. Like, I'm going to add a truck somewhere outside if I have room, or along the road or something like it. I think, wow, now that is cool. Now that is pretty cool. I love that. That's such a nice effect. I love that, especially with like the neon colours. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just completely fill the roof in with pink. However, it's a little bit more difficult than that, in that I want to have a row of pink. It's actually just one row. Overhang the front of the building just by one row like this with the pink, like so. And then we're just going to have pink concrete for the entire rest of the ceiling. The inside of the diner is rather well lit by the fact that there's just end rods everywhere, so that pretty much covers the lighting situation. If you're not happy with that, then there's plenty of places to stick lanterns. I'd be reluctant to add any ceiling lights, just because then we've got to add something on top of the roof to compensate for that, because I wouldn't like there to be sea lanterns or glowstone or whatever in the ceiling to have it poke out the top of the roof. So I think it's pretty well lit anyway. And there's lots of windows as well, that's also a thing. This build actually has a good amount of windows because it's not really designed. I imagine this not in a city, like it'd be on the outskirts somewhere like that. That's how I'm imagining this. So, plenty of windows, nice and open, and we have just completed the roof. Perfect. So, in completing the roof, I also want to grab the polished black stone wall, and I want to take the edge of this overhang at the corner, move inwards diagonally, and I want to join it down to the ground using the any. In completing the roof, I also want to grab the polished black stone wall, and I want to take the edge of this overhang at the corner, move inwards diagonally, and I want to join it down to the ground using the any black stone wall that I'm using, polished. I want to also create a walkway area, so to do this I'm going to dig out like a little patio in the front of the diner, and it's going to be, well, I mean, essentially turned like it's a rectangular shape, right? So we're just chunking out this, whatever we have to do to make this into like a corner, like so, and then we'll just fill all of it in, and we'll have some birch. So all of this we'll have some like birch benches and stuff. We could use oak. I don't know why I'm drawn to birch, but I am. But oak could also be a solid. Oak might even make a bit more sense. I might even like oak a little bit better, but we are going to use the birch just because that's what I've got. I want to make the left and right sides, like I want to make a walkway for some reason. Like I want to take out the 2 rows on the left and right side of this, and I just want to make a walkway. So here and here. I feel as though it just kind of like boxes things in a little bit. We're going to have to put the truck out in the front of the diner, I think. So like maybe on the road, or maybe even on the side of it, something like that. I have an aerial, but yeah, okay, so we're going to have 2 rows in front of the diner also. No, this actually limits the amount of space for the cars, so I don't know whether we do have 2 rows, or maybe we should just chop it down to 1, but we'll see, we can always alter things. So, like, I want to have 2 rows just in front of the diner like this. I guess that there is still a little bit of space, but we're going to use light grey concrete, and we're going to pretty much place a row from this corner here. We're just going to have like a row of light grey concrete extending from the left to the right, just to like keep, I don't know, just to keep like things separate a little bit. And then I want to have vertical rows of white concrete, and we should be able to place these 4 rows apart. So 1 row, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in this 5th row white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Smith Row white concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, Smith Row white concrete. So I've made these car park spaces a little bit bigger due to the fact that, again, I imagine larger vehicles. So, like, I imagine so again, I've kind of got my own narrative for this. I've kind of like imagined in my head like where this would be, despite the fact, you know, you could be putting this pretty much.
From Raffaello comes a delicious frozen creation, the refreshing blend of exotic taste and exciting tech.
Anywhere, really. But in my own head, I'm imagining this on the outside of a city. And, you know, you'd have like truck drivers or lorry drivers, whatever. You'd have people like that kind of like pulling into this. I'm imagining large vehicles like trucks and stuff like that. You know, smaller trucks like 4x4s, you know, like larger vehicles of all types, really, I'm imagining. So, hence why I've made these car parking spaces a little bit wider, although not longer. So, it might be possible that this could even be augmented to kind of like make this a little bit bigger, or we could even have like on the side here, we could specifically add kind of like truck parking, because of course I've got trailers and stuff. Is that what you call? I don't know what it's trailers, but anyway, I'm going to grab the leaves and the iron bars, and I'm going to have iron bars on top of the light grey. Is that what you call? I don't know what it's trailers, but anyway, I'm going to grab the leaves and the iron bars, and I'm going to have iron bars on top of the light grey. And I think that it might be a good idea just to have open leaves on the ends of the car park spaces, because it just adds a little bit of colour to the area. I just like it a little bit better. What else can we do whilst we're outside? We are running out of stuff to do, so let's grab the materials that we need, right? So all the birch stuff, birch slimes. Birch fence, birch pressure plate, trap door. We need the black concrete. We need that's all we have that we can do. We need for the upper part we need like glass, brown concrete, smooth quartz slabs. We need the birch fence as well. We need for the upper part we need like glass, brown concrete, smooth quartz slabs. We need the birch fence as well. And then we need some different stuff. So we'll have to take this in stride. We don't have everything that we need. So with the diner, I want to assemble tables like this, where we have these blue concrete areas. I want to leave a gap of 1, and then place 2 birch fence. So a gap of 1, 2 birch fence. Birchwood slabs either side of the birch fence on the left and right, and then birch pressure plates on top of these. These just look like. So we can get rid of all the birch stuff for now, because we actually do need some stuff to go with that. And we need the red concrete. We need red terracotta, yellow terracotta, and yellow copper. Come all the way up to the top left-hand corner of the overhang of the diner, and we want to. Where is it? Okay, so we want to find the 6th row in, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and then we want to move 1 row in, and we want to place a glass. Extend it to the right, and add 2 rows on top. So 1, 2. Add smooth quartz slab on top. Okay, hang on. Add brown concrete behind this, just directly behind the glass, and we need the birch fence. So this is going to be a straw. We take the left side of the brown concrete and we place 2 birch fence. So, to me, that looks like a milkshake. And you might also be wondering to yourself, like, so why wouldn't you just use like brown glass? There's something about this that I like. I don't know. You could add glass on the back of it as well, and you could have like the same thing to make it a little bit more 3D. But there's just something about that I prefer than to have like, instead of just like brown glass with the straw coming out the top. And by the way, I'd rather not have this pot as well, so I actually prefer that. We have to make some fries, so this is going to go directly next to the milkshake. It's going to be red concrete, red terracotta, red concrete. On top, the reverse of that, so terracotta, concrete, and then terracotta. On the back, I'm just going to do the reverse of that once more as well, so I'm just going to like make it a bit checkered like this. And I'm going to take the back row of the fries, and left to right, yellow terracotta, yellow concrete, yellow terracotta, add one on top, and it just looks like a shake and fries. Classic combination. Next, we're going to make the actual sign. So, the sign is going to be made using loom, white banners, black dye, white dye. Throw the loom down, crack it open, throw the first white banner in there. The first one we're going to make is D. We're going to throw black dye in there, and we are going to make. We're going to do a vertical row of black on the right, grab that banner, throw the black out, throw the white in, and then make a circle. Or, maybe use the diamond shape. Grab that, throw that back in, throw the white out, throw the black in, and then make a horizontal row across the bottom, across the top, and then a vertical row on the left. Boom. D. Next, we have to make I, my personal favourite letter, because all it requires is a vertical row with black stroke in the middle. N, not my favourite. We've got to make a vertical row on the right, left, diagonal, top left corner, bottom right corner. N, E, also my favourite. Got a vertical row on the left, the normal ranking letters, then horizontal on the top, bottom of these letters, middle, boom. Last but not least is the R, can't forget it. Horizontal row across the top, vertical row on the left, diagonal, top left corner, bottom right corner, boom, we have R. Why could the R not have just went on the end? Okay, so, Dinah, I mean, you can do this in reverse if you like, but it's easier. So you come to the front right corner, move inwards diagonally, R, E, N, I, D. Boom. Dinah. And there's just something that looks nice and balanced about that. I like how that looks. I think it's came out rather nicely. And that is mostly, I'm going to use the word mostly, that is the outside complete. Now, we do have materials that we could use on the inside, okay? But here's the thing. I'd rather us just take the time, grab everything that we need instead of messing about, so I'm going to dump all this out. We will be reusing some of the same stuff, but I'd rather just dump out some materials and then grab what we need just to finish this off in its entirety. So I'll be back in a second once I've calculated, like a mathematician, what we need precisely. Okay, I figured out what we're going to be needing for the final part of this tutorial, and it turns out that we don't have enough inventory space. So here is everything that we're going to be using throughout the remaining part of this tutorial. Please submit. Sure that you have access to all that stuff and enough of it as well. So I'm going to be starting off by grabbing red.
In the spiritual heart of Australia, an ancient story takes flight.
Concrete, smooth quartz stairs and rods, black carpet, paintings, pink carpet, light grey concrete, blast furnaces, and polished andesite stairs. So I'm now going to head inside. I'm going to go all the way to the back left-hand corner of the build. I want to, from this corner, go right, and I want to place two light grey concrete, two blast furnaces, light grey concrete, two upside down polished andesite stairs, 1, 2. Then I need to realise that I've grabbed some of the wrong stuff, and I'm going to get rid of the paintings, and I'm going to get rid of the blast furnaces, grab yellow terracotta, oak trap doors. I want to place yellow terracotta, stick one on top, light grey concrete to the right of the yellow terracotta, oak trap door in front. We don't need these things anymore, so I'm going to get rid of those. And then I'm going to grab white terracotta and I guess buttons as well. So white terracotta in front, all the way over to the left. I'm going to stick a till and grab white terracotta and I guess buttons as well. So white terracotta in front, all the way over to the left. I'm going to stick a till on the end of this, so that's going to be a white or rather smooth quartz stairs. Then I'm going to use white buttons, stone buttons in front of the yellow terracotta. I'm going to place some end rods just to get a bit of light in here. So from the right side of the camp space, I'm going to leave a gap, end rod, end rod, end rod. I guess you could even have 4, there's no reason not to. I'm going to stick pink carpets on top, so this is kind of just like a place to eat one's food. I want to use polished andesite stairs above where the blast furnaces are. And I want to grab, what else can we grab? I probably should have been smarter about these materials. So I need flower pots, already used the buttons. We need the polished black pressure plates, yellow shulker boxes, white concrete item frames, black glass pane. We need some brewing stands, some red dye and some yellow dye isn't a bad idea either. And basically the flower pots are going over here on this counter space area. A couple of shulker boxes, those are cupboards. To the right of some polished black stone pressure plates, looks like the top of a grill. To the right of here, a white concrete item frame in front of it. Black stained glass pane in front. That sort of kind of maybe looks like a microwave. Polished black stone pressure plate on top again makes it look even more so. A couple of brewing stands, those look like coffee pots or something for hot drink related things. Item frames in front. And you can put different things in these, actual food or just like stuff that looks like food, like the dyes I think often look like food, like condiments and stuff like that, maybe even fruit or just, I don't know, you know, it looks like something, but feel free to put like cooked meats and stuff in there instead. To the right of this area there's going to be a jukebox, although I don't know if we have all the stuff we need to make it. So pillar quartz block we need red concrete, smooth quartz stairs, we need note blocks, we need glass item frames. No, we don't have everything, but we'll make most of it, and we need the buttons as well. Birch button might be better, but we'll see. So leaving a gap of 1 from here, the end of the kind of like, the cooking area and stuff. Leave a gap of 1 pillar quartz block, to the right of it no block, to the right of it pillar quartz block, glass on top of the no block, red concrete on top of the pillar quartz block with smooth quartz stairs facing outwards on top of those, upside down stairs at the top, item frame in front of the glass, button to the left, boom, you've mostly got a jukebox. All we need to do is add a music disc. We can place a couple of bins, by the way. So one bin to the right of the jukebox, I think, which is just a cauldron with a trapdoor on it. And I like the idea of having another one just outside as well. So maybe just like next to, maybe in front of this window or something like that. Whilst we're out here, a couple of item frames just outside, just in front of this window, in front of the white concrete area. You can fill these up with, again, I like the red and yellow dot. Because it's ambiguous, you don't quite know what it is, but it looks like something with some signs, and you could advertise like, oh, this is going to be painful. I wish I had my keyboard at breakfast. I don't know. And then where are we? £3 or what? Whatever you want to do. You could, breakfast drinks for refillable. You can put whatever you want. You could even put coffee in there. So many different things you could do for a little bit of decoration. So what you could, breakfast drinks for refillable. You can put whatever you want. You could even put coffee in there. So many different things you could do for a little bit of decoration. So what do we want to do next? We have so many booths. Now booths are very easy to make though. So we're going to need red concrete, smooth quartz stairs, end rods. We're going to use black carpet. And to finish up, we'll probably add some paintings about the place. We'll have to grab some different materials later on. Not many of them, but some different ones. And we have to make booths. So the first set of booths that we're going to make up the left side, or I suppose the right side, depending on how you look at it, of the diner. They are they're all made in the same way. So if we start from the edge here, we want to have a row of 3 red concrete just here, like near where the bin is, a row of 3 red concrete, right? And then you want to have a gap of 3, or you can place a row of stairs, end rods, and then an opposite row of stairs, and then a row of red concrete like this. And that's how a booth is made. So easy as that. So stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete. Stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete. Stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete. Look at that, it fits perfectly. How about that? They're not quite done. So I'm using black carpet for the table toppers. Doesn't matter what you use, you can use any. If you wanted to, you could even use, like, you know... To be honest, I wouldn't stray from the end rods for the simple reason is that they provide light. They emit a nice little bit of light. That's the main reason. Like, if we take a look in a second, like, wherever we've got the end rods, we don't really need any additional lighting. Like, those are almost good enough that the entire place is lit up. So we want to have end rods and then any colour of carpet, and we want to raise up the red concrete areas as well. So just like this for the booths. That is looking pretty good. It's a pretty decent looking booth. I'm pretty happy with it. We want to have another set of booths. So these booths are, again, like we just want to start in the corner here. Row of 3 red concrete, stairs, end rods. On the opposite side, stairs, red concrete, stairs, end rods, stairs, red.
Shop the way that works for you with free direct to boot. Helping you get to Williesworth.
If you're thinking about becoming a foster care and you're Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, please have
Concrete, stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete. And by the way, we might as well do this now. We're going to leave a gap of 2, so where this window is, and then we're going to have another set of booths. So, you know, most of this is booths. That's kind of like the idea. Like, there's that's the whole point. I don't think we're even going to get. We might even leave a gap, actually. Should we leave a gap or shall we not? So here's the thing, like, we can have a booth here, and then we could have, like, a booth here, and we could have a gap, otherwise it does make it rather difficult to navigate through the place. So I think that we will have a gap. We will have a gap, because it looks a little bit better this way, yeah, and then that way you can walk through and around all of these, but you guys know how to make the booths by now. Let's add the red concrete first, just because. And that's most of the diner. Like, we've got to add some paintings just about the place as well. But we've already got those, and then it's just like little minutiae, like we've got to grab a music disc, we've got to make a standing sign outside. I think that's it. Actually, I feel as though that I made that sound, as though there's loads and loads of stuff to do. It's actually sort of not. There's not much to do at all. So we can add all of these. I think that we've done all of it, and it looks nice and lively inside here to me. Like it feels nice inside here. And then we're going to grab the red concrete, and then just on the walls, just like where the booths are. Like the booths are.
I need the yellow painting. Where is it? There we go. What's the other painting? This one? Hang on. Trying to find it. Should be here soon. And sorry I've not been speaking. It's just I was concentrating on the build. So yeah.
Like, there's to me like a good couple of spots where it makes sense just to add some 1x1 paintings, just to keep things a bit bright.
Okay, we're going to need this painting. What? Yeah, that one. Then I want the blue painting. There we go.
It's like, just around there it makes sense. I mean, even here on the end if you wanted to, like, just where the separate... probably not there. You're not gonna delete your son, okay? Oh wow, we got all different paintings as well. That's crazy. I think there's only one more. Let's see if we can do that one more time. So I like the idea of just one here as well. No.
Hang on, look. Guys, trying to find the painting. It's not even there. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me... Kebab painting. Yes. Yes. First try.
Have we done it? I'm sure there's only 6 1x1s. I think that we got all of them. Oh, wow. I'm overreacting. I can't actually remember how many there are. I think there are 6, though. But anyway, I'm going to add them all here as well. Maybe, yeah, in this corner too, so here. No, I think we were missing that one. But we have got all of them now. We were missing, I just think of that for some reason as like a villager. Yeah, we were just missing that one. Maybe there's 7 of them. I can't remember.
No.
But just loads of paintings about the place. That's fun. We need to grab some more stuff now. But I think that we're going to do that right now. Hopefully I will have included all of this in the item list, and then this will be no big deal. So we need the birch fence gates. I don't know why I just grabbed the oak. Need the birch fence gates. Need black concrete, which I can just grab from here. We need an item frame, which I can grab from here. We need the birch trapdoors, which we had earlier. And then we just need something to stick in the item frame, like anything will do. Maybe we'll even go for, like, you know, a piece of bread. That'd be pretty good. And let's grab a music disc as well. I want the white one because I think if I can find them. Everything's moved ever so slightly and it's completely thrown my game off. So here, the white one. So I want this here. Boom. Just right there. You might find, like, it's looking a little bit dark just back here, so you might find that an occasional lantern might sort things out a little bit. I mean, if this position were... I mean, you could even have one hanging, really, if you wanted to. That probably sort... No, I kind of like it just on the end there, and then that's fine by me. I mean, you could even have one like here. But anyway, just a lantern. We've got the white music disc in there. I like the white because it just looks so... Like, you can see it so clearly from here, like, it contrasts so nice. I want to have just, like, a little standing foldable sign. So that's fence gate, black concrete, item frame on top, birch trapdoors up the left and right sides. I'm going to stick bread in the item frame. And boom, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've actually completed the diner. I think what I might do is I might just add, like, just a little bit of a road or something to the right, because I really want to put maybe like 1 or 2 cars in here, and I'd definitely like to add a lorry or a truck to the diner, so, or at least next to it. So I think I'll also add that, but that's an individual thing, and when you see it, it'll be quite obvious on how you would do it. Like, I want to get it figured out. I don't want to figure it out on recording. So let me get all that cleaned up. Let's take a look at how it looks once it's finished, and then yeah, well, that'll be that. So this is what your diner will look like once it has been 100% fully completed.
Alright guys, we finished the diner. The last build of this video. We're going to build a Pizza Hut restaurant. A modern Pizza Hut restaurant. So let's build it.
From the moment you arrive, baby, everyone is obsessed with your delicate skin. New Huggies Newborn Nappies have a revolutionary zinc-enriched layer, clinically proven to help protect your skin against irritation better than ever. With the new CommBank Smart Awards credit card, everyday purchases can take you to your tappy place. Apply today and tap your way to a holiday with 80,000 CommBank award points.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a modern Pizza Hut fast food restaurant. This Pizza Hut includes an extensive outside area, a kitchen, multiple seating areas, a salad bar, ice cream machine, a bathroom, Please do remember to hit that like button if you like the look of this build, as it really helps me the channel out, and it helps other people see this video. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is how much space is required to make your modern Pizza Hut, a 31 by 27 block area, as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which I would always urge you to make if you are planning out your world. Here are all of the materials that we... using throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. Step 1, come all the way over to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you've made it, and count backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then to the right 1, 2, 3. Begin by placing a row of 6 grey concrete going right. 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Extend back by 2, 1, 2. And then place 2 glass going right, 1, 2, specifically the black stained glass pane. Then, right of this, place a black concrete, 2 more glass, black concrete, 2 more glass, black concrete. Then, from this black concrete, extend backwards and place 2 more glass, black concrete, 2 more glass, black concrete, a single glass, leave a gap, then place a grey concrete, extend it forwards and backwards, and then to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can extend the whole thing to the right by 5 if you like. Now, taking a look back at what we've just made, we want to not take this end corner block of grey concrete, but the one in front of it. Extend to the right by 13. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then forwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then want to extend inwards a block. Place a black concrete going right. 2 glass, 1, 2. And then place 3 black concrete, 1, 2, 3. Then place a grey concrete on the end, extend towards you, and then right. The end result of which should look, if we take a look at it from the sky, like this, which is one of the more abstract floor plans that I think that we have ever had. So now that we've got this, we can start piecing together the structure of the build, because that is a little bit crazy. So, what we're going to do is begin by joining all of the grey concrete here together at the front of the building. We're going to form a solid shape like we did on the back. We are going to add 9 rows. 1, 2...
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's correct.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rows on top of all of the grey concrete rectangle that we have on the ground. We'll also be doing this for the back as well. Not only does this shape kind of break the build up a little bit, because sometimes builds are a little bit boring when they're all at one particular level, or if you use all just one material. Sometimes if you just throw just a random shape in there, and if you just make it like a different colour. This works very well in modern builds themselves. If you throw a random shape in there with a completely different colour for a bit of contrast, then it can help just to make the build a little bit more eye-catching and a little bit more interesting, which is what the grey concrete achieves for us. So at the back as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there we go. So from here, let's extend up. So an equal amount to the front. It is very equivalent. It's actually very similar in the fact that we are going to be placing a little bit of branding on this as well. We're going to be doing the Pizza Hut logo, which is of course the red hat, or I do believe, I want to say sombrero, but I don't know if that's even correct. It kind of looks like one, but I might be wrong. But regardless of that, we're going to extend this all the way up to the top. And then I suppose that whilst we are in this area, we will kind of like finish off these two kind of like giant grey monolithic pillars that we've made. So on top of the grey concrete, we're going to add some smooth quartz slabs like this. Perfect. And then in the middle of the row of 6 that we have, we want to drop down one row first of all, and we want to place a row of 2 red concrete in the middle. Extend the row of 2 red concrete down, and then extend it out left and right by 1. Then, carving into the grey concrete, I'm going to, underneath the red concrete, destroy and replace using black concrete, like this. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So again, adding a little bit of recognizability, hopefully. We're also going to write Pizza Hut on it, just in case people don't know what this is. So on the front, same thing. So middle 2 blocks, drop down a row, add a couple of red concretes. Same underneath, extend them out, and then destroy underneath that, and replace it using black concrete. So this is the end result so far. We're going to tackle the front first of all. So, the black concretes that we have kind of everywhere, we're going to extend up by 3. 1, 2, 3, like this. We're also going to join them together and to the grey concrete pillars. So, however you would like to extend them up and then to the surrounding area of your Pizza Hut is up to you. So, as long as you end up with this, everything's good. So then, on top of your black concrete, we want to add 2 rows of red concrete. So this is literally just directly on top of it like this. So 2 rows of red on top of the 1 row of black. And then we want to place 2 rows of dark oak planks on top of the 2 rows of red, like this. And then we're going to add a row of smooth quartz slab, like this, to kind of just blend it into the 2 sides. We also want to make this area a little bit more interesting, so in front of the top row of red concrete, we're going to add a row of black concrete. I actually do also like it how it was, by the way, so, you know, take that into account on when we're doing this, whether you like it one way or another. And then we're going to add a couple of rows of polished blackstone slabs. So these polished blackstone slabs are going to extend around the top of the horizontal row of black concrete that we have slightly below us. And we're going to extend the black slabs outwards at least 1 row. But I'm thinking 2. I'm thinking that we extend it outwards so that it supersedes the grey concrete that we have surrounding it, just like this. There we go. And then we're going to use polished blackstone wall to give the appearance that is kind of like supported from the black concrete area just up above. The blackstone wall can get placed pretty evenly. If you place 1 in the corner and then leave a gap of 4 and then place a wall, then that will leave a gap of 4 between the grey concrete there. The same thing should work on this side as well. So if you just leave a gap of 4, then it's spaced rather evenly. The only thing that bothers me is it doesn't line up with the windows because it's, well, I mean, it just doesn't, but I would prefer it to be like halfway in between this red area here than for it to like line up with the window. That's a little bit of minutia that doesn't matter at all, actually, but anyway. So now that we have done that, we're going to join the windows upwards. So we've got a bunch of windows on the ground level already, and we're simply just going to fill them in with glass pane, just like this. So I of course chose black stained glass pane because we're kind of going with a dark colour palette for our modern Pizza Hut, and it just really works. So we're also going to destroy underneath. Okay, so first of all, actually, we've got a doorway here, so this is just going to be a couple of extra glass panes with my favourite decoration for a door. End rod in front of glass always just looks like one of those pull doors or push doors. It usually tells you on the door, but for some reason, whenever I try it, I always get the wrong thing. Like if I'm going to open one of those doors, I always try pushing instead of pulling, or pulling instead of pushing. They're so difficult. The sign should be bigger. So now that we have done that, we are going to come towards the back of the build now. And on the back of the build, we are going to raise up, first of all, we can pretty much raise up the entire area of dark oak planks. So the dark oak planks want to be raised up as high as the dark oak wood planks that we have on the opposite side of the build. I don't have a measurement for you off the top of my head, but if you just kind of look at your opposite side of the build and make sure that it is the same height, then we can forego any sort of counting. I kind of want to guess though. So on top of the original row, I'm guessing that we would add a row of, I want to say 6. So I kind of want to count that out. I don't know what. No, it's got to be more than 6. Is it 7? I'm going to go 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 7. So 7 rows higher. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So what we then want to do is now that we've extended that area up, we're going to join the top of the area to the front of the build, and we're going to have 2 rows of dark oak wood planks at the top, just like this. Then we are going to add a row of black concrete underneath, followed by a row of red concrete, and then we're going to join the 3 black concretes that we have just down below here. We're going to extend them up, including this little one on the side here. And then we're going to extend the glass up on the left and the right, just like this. Then we're going to place smooth quartz slabs on top of the remaining dark oak wood plank area, just like this. And that's perfect. What do we want to do for the roof, ladies and gentlemen? It's kind of up to you. You can pick any colour, really. Unless we make the roof the ceiling or the ceiling the roof. I'm considering grey concrete, but I'm also considering wood as well. I might go for wood. I think I'm going to go for a wooden ceiling, and I'm going to set this 1 row down from the actual surrounding area. This doesn't matter too much. The reason being is because we're going to add some grey concrete inside later on anyway. So this is really just for whoever may be taking a peek at the roof of this thing. Because of course there's no telling where you're going to be placing this. You could be placing this in the lower part of your city. Perhaps people will be able to see this from, perhaps one of your modern apartment complexes that you've made tutorials on the channel. So it's always nice to have like a little bit of, well, contrast isn't the right word really, because it kind of just blends in, but I do like the dark oak. It could go with something else anyway. So now that we have done that, the next job for us is going to be to kind of like decorate the outside a little bit. There is quite a bit to do on this front. It's very simple stuff, but there is a good chunk of the outside to make. So we're going to use smooth stone, terracotta, white concrete, podzol, lime terracotta, green terracotta, smooth stone slabs, azure bluets, and azaleas.
Podzol. Where's the podzol? There it is. Terracotta, green terracotta, smooth stone slabs. No, we don't need bricks. Smooth stone slab. We also need some flowers and some azaleas. But no, don't want a spore blossom. No, I don't want a spore blossom.
So, first of all, we're going to add a pathway. This is going to be 2 rows of smooth stone that leads all the way out from the entrance, all the way to the front of the build. So just like this. So this is kind of like the straight shot from the actual entrance all the way to the front of the build, just like this. So that's perfect. So the next thing that we might even extend this an additional row outwards. I'm starting to think that we might extend this a little row outwards because it's cool and all. It being, I think that we might extend it outwards, and then that way it lines up with the path a little bit. So just a little slight alteration here, ladies and gentlemen. I would like it if this particular part of the build here, if we just extended it out, and then it's a bit more equivalent to the front of the build as well. I mean, it makes it a little bit thicker, but that's perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter. So let's just add this here, 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 and then an extra row of smooth stone slabs. So there we go. It's a little bit thicker, but it doesn't matter whatsoever. And you can see that just lines up a little bit better, right? So excellent. So now that that's extended outwards, where were we? It doesn't matter whatsoever. You can see that just lines up a little bit better, right? So excellent. So now that that's extended outwards, where were we? So let's take this entire row of materials out again, and we can continue on. So I want to make a path. So this path will pull off. It is going to be in front of these windows at the front of your modern Pizza Hut. It's going to be 2 rows wide like this, and then we're going to also continue this path. It's going to be 2 rows in thickness, and it's going to lead all the way to the outer boundary of your Pizza Hut, just like this. We should really construct a wall for Pizza Hut at this point, but I guess we'll do that in just a second. So we're also going to extend the smooth stone path outwards towards the outer boundary as well. So to that outer boundary, to the front boundary is what I should say. We are then going to add 2 solid rows of smooth stone directly in front of the build. This will join to a pavement, if you like, or wherever it is you may be building your modern pizza, or perhaps you don't have a pavement. That's up to you.
Okay.
Realising that also we have to destroy just the white concrete on this other side, but luckily we ended up here anyway, so that's perfect. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to actually, let's come to the right side because it will make things a little bit easier. So on this right side here, we are going to dig a double row wide 1, 2, 3, 4, my bad, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are going to dig a double row of 7 wide trench on the right side of the building, and we're going to fill it with pods on. Why did we do that? So the whole point of that is that we are going to extend a row of terracotta backwards, and we want to actually join it to not this first grey concrete, not the second. You might have thought it was going to be the second. It's the third. So like this, and boom, there we go. So we want to have a wall that joins all the way to the third grey concrete block, just like this. And it's a double row terracotta wall, like so. And we're going to have, we need leaves. We don't have any leaves on us. I guess we'll grab those in a second. Anyway, in between this path that we have here on the left and in between the path that we have here on the right, we want to have 2 rows of pods on, just like this. So actually, I think it's 4 rows of pods on, I do believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 rows of pods on, like this. And we kind of want a similar thing on the right, so starting from the end here, like the first row of pods, if we move through the path, we want to have a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. And then we're going to destroy another row in front of this. And then we're going to destroy a 1 row shorter row. And then a 1 row shorter still, if that makes sense. And we're going to fill this in with Podzol as well. So, like so. Then, on the edge of this shape, we're going to, on the second row of the 6, we're going to add a smooth stone slab, extend forwards, left, forwards, left, and we're going to stick some azure bluette behind the curve that we've created with these smooth stone slabs. And then here on the left side, we're going to place azaleas. So in each one of the 4 corners of the area that we've made, and also in the middle of the area that we've made. So the end result is a slightly varied kind of like garden section of our modern pizza. It's just made to look a little bit nice. And in front of these areas as well, we want to take the width of the Podzol areas. We want to destroy to the outer boundary. And we're going to replace the areas that we have created using a mixture of lime terracotta. So it actually goes like this. We want to have a row of green terracotta at the front, and then 2 rows of lime terracotta extending backwards like this, and then a row of green terracotta. And then finally, there's just 1 block that should be left, which is this one, which we're going to make lime terracotta. So perfect. On the right side here, we have a row of Podzol that sticks out from the wall. We're going to extend this all the way backwards and into the grey concrete area for our modern pizza hut. And we can stick a terracotta here as well. And then we have to make some car parking spaces. This is relatively easy. If we start from the front here, we're going to leave a gap of 3. 1, 2, 3, white concrete. 1, 2, 3, white concrete. 1, 2, 3, white concrete here. And the white concretes want to extend out, and they want to be equal in width to the Podzol. So destroy here, place some white concrete, destroy here, place some white concrete, just like this. Then, if we come all the way over to the left, we also want to create some car parking spaces. So, if you start on the left side, we want to have a row of white concrete, then we'll leave a gap of 3, and then we'll have yet another row of white concrete, just like this. And then, we also want to create a wall on this side of the build. This is going to be, I think we're going to just simply make it a double row of terracotta, and we'll join it like this. So, 2 rows of terracotta extending on the front is going to extend back and then join it in, and it's just going to join to this particular part here. And there we go. So let's take a look. So this might seem as though that we've maybe not done too much, but we've actually done a huge amount of the build now, especially the outside. So on this left side here, I mean, we could even go as far as, if we wanted to, just making this, like we could join the wall to here, so that like nobody could actually just get by. But I guess we could make it so that people could like walk through as well. Like, I suppose that we don't have to make it so that this wall is like a dead end of sorts. I guess we could just have a little bit of a pathway extending as well. If we turn this window into a door, then we could also have an additional entrance/exit, but I'll leave that up to you to decide, really. So underneath this window as well, because we're going to need the grey concrete now anyway, so we need a bit of a material swap. So I'm going to grab for this next part, we'll need grey concrete, black concrete, red concrete, a loom, red banner, white dye, red dye, and underneath the window, black concrete, slide them. And then on the right side of the build, we're going to... Oh, we also need these smooth quartz slabs. On the right side of the build, we want to have just a little bit of a sign. Do I like the sign? So the idea for the sign is it's very similar to the logo for the Pizza Hut. And the sign is basically, it's here on the right. It lines up with where the actual start of the Pizza Hut is, and it's just a couple of rows of grey concrete. I might even have it. Maybe we'll face the grey concrete the other way. It's a couple of rows of grey concrete that sets all the way up, probably about as high as where we have the dark oak planks, and then we'll place red concrete in front of the top two rows. In front of the top row, extend a row of red concrete underneath and then out, and then grey concrete on top with then a smooth wall slab on top of that. So it's ever so slightly different to the heights of all of the other kind of like branding that we have. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So what we're going to do is, and we need a couple more materials as well. I'm sure that they'll be in the item list. Sure. I'm sure that I'll include them in the item list, but we need some leaves, and we will also need a couple of stone pressure. Any sort of grey carpet will also suffice as well, preferably light grey if you are going to go that route. But we're basically just ripping up all of the grass, and we're going to replace it using grey concrete. So this is of course going to form the car park area. So get all this destroyed, and this will form the car park area just like this. And it will kind of, after we have added the leaves and the pressure plates, it will kind of solidify the outside. The only thing that will remain to do is the sign, which, I mean, that's quite easy. Annoying, but quite easy. As a matter of fact, there is only one annoying letter to make in Pizza Hut, which is the P, which is, we're going to get the P out of the way, which is something that you should always do if you're going to leave on a long journey. But we can get that out of the way, and then we're done with the outside. The outside, by the way, is actually my favourite part of this entire build. I don't know, I really like it. It's got a bigger box than usual. Like, I usually wouldn't make anything. I wouldn't usually make the outside of one of these, like, fast food restaurants too crazy, but this one I just kind of like. I think it's quite nicely put together. So the banners. No, first of all we'll do the leaves. So again, hopefully these will be in the item list, but we need some leaves. And pressure plates, light grey carpet, it doesn't really matter. But the pressure plates are basically just placed on this right side. So on the end, gap of one, pressure plate, gap of one, pressure plate, gap of one, pressure plate. And then along the back here, we're going to place some oak leaves. So this is along the back, it's just to break up the monotony of the terracotta wall. And we can even add some flowers here as well, just on the right, like this. And perfect. So there we go. That kind of makes things even nicer. We could even extend these flowers forwards as well. I don't know whether that's too much or what. It might be a little too much. I'll sit with it and I'll see. I'm starting to wonder if we could even add more hedge to the left side of the build as well. The only thing that maybe bring the hedge in a couple of rows if we're going to do this, because I don't want it to kind of like just be randomly set in front of the terracotta. It might be too much. Again, I'll make decisions on these things a little bit later on. So let's do the sign. We can probably forego. Here we go. So difficult to destroy things now. There's got to be an easier way. I've got to like put out a channel post or something. But anyway, loop, red banners, white dye, red dye. We are going to throw the loom down. We are going to open it up, and we are going to start the process of making the Pizza Hut sign. So the first thing that we've got to do is with our red banners in there, we place a vertical row of white on the right side of the banner. Grab the white dye, put the red in, and then we want to make the lower half of the banner red. Grab that, put that back in, throw the red dye out, put the white back in. Place a horizontal row of white through the middle, on the top, and then a vertical row on the left. So that would be P. The next banner is going to be I. So this is a simple vertical row of white straight through the middle of the banner. Next is going to be Z. Luckily, we get to make, we only need to make one of these, but we get to use it twice. So that's a horizontal row of white on the top and the bottom, and then a vertical row, top right corner to bottom left corner. The next letter is going to be A. So this is a horizontal row of line through the top, the mid. Vertical on the right, vertical on the left. It's final left in the middle, perfect. So we don't have any. This doesn't resemble the word Pizza Hut, but if we come all the way up to the top of the build where we have the row or double row of dark oak blanks, P-I-Z-Z-A space H-U-T. Perfect, Pizza Hut. You could also opt to place it on the right side here. I wouldn't, because it just makes it stand out a little bit more. So, you know, up to you. Oh, but I should point out, this is the outside done. This is fully done. Unless you want to add some cars and stuff, which you could, maybe a delivery moped would actually be a good idea. Maybe like with Pizza Hut branding on it. That is not a bad idea. Hey guys, I'm actually going to jot that idea down. That's actually pretty good aside. And I'm going to grab some quartz bricks, grey concrete, red concrete, light grey concrete, terracotta, light blue concrete, end rods, trapdoors, and smooth quartz stairs.
Just gonna grab some materials I'm just gonna grab some materials on what we need to finish off the Pizza Hut.
So let's head inside, and the first thing that we are going to do in here is we're going to rip up the entire floor. We're going to replace the floor using quartz bricks. The reason that we're going to use quartz bricks is, number one, I like the texture. I like the block a lot, but the purpose of it is that it's a very, very light block, as opposed to all of the surrounding like darkness. It kind of just contrasts very, very nicely. And we're going to make the ceiling very dark as well. We're actually going to be using dark grey concrete for it. I was about to call it dark grey concrete for some reason, but I guess it's light grey concrete, so I suppose it is dark grey concrete in comparison. But anyway, quartz bricks. That's going to be the floor, and then we're going to have the grey concrete for the ceiling. And after that, we can start laying down some of the structure for the inside of our modern Pizza Hut, which I am looking forward to, because I actually like the interior for it as well, quite a bit. So let's get all of this done, and then we can figure out where the roof's going to be. It shouldn't be too hard to figure it out. It's relatively simple. So now that we have done that, we have laid the floor down. We want to place the grey concrete in front of, or above I should say, the black concrete ceiling line. So where we have the windows here with the black concrete frame above them, that's where the grey concrete wants to go. It's probably a less confusing way of saying it, instead of just throwing the word out there like ceiling line. So that's where we're going to be placing all of the grey, and that this is going to compact the area that we have to fill in. And it will just make it look a little bit, it will just make it look a lot less messy. So let's go with this. Perfect. So, next up, what are we doing? We are going to make the counter and toilet area. So, the counter space is literally, we leave a gap of 1 from this grey concrete here, and then we place a row of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red concretes, extend up by 2, 1, 2, left 2, 1, 2, down 2, left, and then we are going to join to this wall, just like this. So that's perfect. And then we're going to join all of these red concretes. The red concretes on the left, by the way, I should say, we're going to join all of these just upwards, like this. So that's perfect. And then this is going to account for the counter space. This is the toilet. And then left here, but I'm starting to think that we might have to extend the restaurant out a little bit, just to accommodate a little bit more space, because it just seemed a little bit scarce there. Well, maybe would it be possible for us to restructure the restaurant a little bit? Hang on a second. I have decided that is a problem for later. So we are going to add terracotta. Let's pretend that never happened. We're going to add terracotta all the way behind the counter space area here. And then we're going to divide this area up a little bit. We're going to add a vertical row of grey concrete. And then we're going to have another vertical row of grey concrete, just like this. And then we are going to add just a couple of light grey concretes just at the top. This is just in between, and maybe here as well, just in between the top two rows there. We can also add an iron trap door here on the right. So this is basically just half a row above where we have the terracotta just on the end. And now we're going to start laying out some of the seating structure for the inside of our Pizza Hut. So the way that we are going to do this is we are going to place kind of like tables, kind of like where the windows are here. So, or maybe like we'll line it up with where we have the black concrete here. So I think what we'll do is from where we have this black concrete, we'll leave a gap of one, and then we'll have an end rod. One to the left, and then let's grab black concrete, so black concrete, and then we'll place a black concrete to the left, a couple of end rods, and then we'll extend the black concrete backwards, and we'll place smooth quartz stairs behind the end rods, red concrete behind the stairs and the black concrete, and we'll extend the red concrete upwards towards the ceiling, which will give us this. And then, on the opposite side here, we'll basically have the same thing, like we'll have a couple of sets of stairs on each side with end rods in front. We'll have a dividing row of black concrete that extends out, and then we can place some black stained glass paint in between the seats, so just like this, so it's kind of like a little divider. And it'll just look kind of cool, so here, here, and here. And we can stick some end rods. We can stick some iron trap doors on top of the end rods to look like tables. I'm in the mood for these this little table design. I think it looks kind of cool in here. So here and here as well. That's looking pretty good. I also kind of want to lay out the structure of the salad bar as well whilst I'm at it. So the salad bar is tucked away in the corner here. And I think that we're going to start off by extending out this row of grey concrete here with red concrete in front. We're going to extend the red concrete over. We're going to have a bunch of cauldrons in the back here. So this is just for the salad bar, like this. And then some glass pane in front, well, on top of the red concrete in front like this. And I think we're also going to, we could highlight the salad bar using some sea lanterns, so this will provide a little bit of light, so up above. And then throw some red concrete in front of it, and boom, there we go, nice little simple salad bar. If we stick some item frames in front of the grey concrete up at the top, then we can chuck some salad-related things in there. I want to create a table as well, so the table, what do I want to use? I might use black concrete for it, so lining it up with the edge of the salad bar here, I want either a double row, let's have a double row table, so two black concretes, smooth quartz stairs in front, end rods in front, iron trapdoors on top. So either black concrete, yeah, maybe black concrete, and then would it look silly to have some black stained glass paint? Just, again, I'm just looking to divide the area up a little bit. It's either like adding a little bit of glass paint, or it's adding like a bit of terracotta with some leaves on top of it. Would also be possible as well, because I want a bit of colour in here, like it's a little bit bland for my liking. I'm just going to quickly grab these leaves just to test it out. It's a little bit bland for my liking, you know, so something like that would look pretty cool. I quite like that. It's not uncommon to have these areas separated through leaves. So I also want to decorate these seating areas a little bit as well. This is just going to be with paintings. I'm going to use either 2 1x1s or 1 2x1. Just above where we have the seating areas here. And that will just, again, we're just looking for some colour. So the 1x1s are great. I like sticking both of those together. Also the two by ones or the 1x2s, however you want to say it, look good as well. If you're looking for a little bit more light, then we can place lanterns in some choice places. So anywhere that we have these, that looks right. If you're looking for a little bit more light, then we can place lanterns in some choice places. So anywhere that we have these, that looks right, yeah. Anywhere that we have the separations between the windows, although I'd attempt to get rid of this one. Put one here, and then it's kind of like in the middle of this column, which I really like. I think it's pretty cool. And then, originally, I had an ice cream machine or a drinks machine, and we could still have it, but it was stuffed away in this corner, and I didn't like that. It looks a little bit weird, but what if we kind of like, I mean, we could extend the bathroom, that's also a very real possibility. It's kind of like a second corner, and I didn't like that. It looks a little bit weird, but what if we kind of like, I mean, we could extend the bathroom, that's also a very real possibility. It's kind of like assimilate all of it. What if we had like some upside down smooth quarter stairs, and then I guess it's up to you whether you want, like, you could have a drinks machine or you could have an ice cream machine. So an ice cream machine, very easy to make, it's made in a similar manner, so let me show you. So on top of this smooth quartz, stairs here, we're going to place a pointed dripstone because it looks like an ice cream cone, and a flower pot to the right because that could quite easily be just like a pot to have an ice cream in. Lever on the wall, tripwire hook, couple of light blue concretes at the top here, and then item frames here, and then we could have just a couple of colours of ice cream. It'd be good if we had 3 because that would really solidify the fact that it's actually an ice cream, but like, I guess like pink and brown. Like, I'd like the Neapolitan, meaning pink, brown, and yellow would look perfect, but I really like how that looks. I really like how this looks. I like it a lot better. The original design, like I said, like we had, we walked up here and we had drinks machine and the ice cream machine, but this seems to fit so well. I'm really happy with this. I'm going to leave it. So inside here, originally it was a toilet, so it could easily be a storeroom as well, and it could also take you outside the back of your Pizza Hut. Let's stick to the original plan, so we'll turn it into a toilet. Let's use black concrete for this, actually. And let's grab a lantern, because it's really dark in here. We'll stick it there. So we'll have a couple of rows of black concrete here. This will be the separation for the toilet. We'll have upside down smooth quartz stairs. Those will be toilets. We'll place trapdoors on top. We don't have any doors on us, but that's okay. And we could even use cauldrons for the toilets as well if you like, but we'll leave it at that. And then we can have a cauldron with, again, we'll kind of stick with the black concrete here, and we'll use the cauldron for the sink. So we'll have a tripwire hook, and then on the wall we'll just have a smooth quartz stairs, and that can be like a hand dryer. Is there anything that we can kind of stick on here? I mean, a lantern. No, I guess what maybe some like a weighted pressure plate here would look just fine as well. That's pretty cool. And then we've just got like that's a really, really simple toilet, a really simple bathroom. I really like that. And if you do want to, as I said, kind of like go even further, a couple of oakwood doors here, that will be just fine, and then we'll stick one there too. Guys, I really love this design so much more, honestly. I really, really like this. This feels perfect to me. Anyway, so behind the counter space, it's so funny because you guys don't know what the original design looked like, so I keep going on about it, and you're like, huh? So, on the counter, I want to have a the stairs, wait to pressure play, and then, like, whatever, you know, like, it doesn't really matter what you put. Like, you could have a lantern here, or you could have, what looks like a pizza box? Does anything kind of look like a pizza box? Like, do any of the trapdoors kind of look like a pizza box? Like, not really, right? I mean, as close as you could get maybe to the birch trapdoor, or maybe like the crimson trapdoor. So maybe if we put like a crimson trapdoor here or something, maybe that might look good. Pots always look like something, so we can have like a pot here, and we'll just leave that at that. So behind this area here, we want to have a furnace, a couple of furnaces, some andesite. So in this space here, a couple of furnaces, some andesite stairs in front. We want to have, actually we're going to place that trapdoor just half a row higher, so just up above here it will just look like a shelf of some sort. We need a brewing stand, we need some black concrete, we're going to use paintings as well, so the brewing stand will go here. This is a little bit dark actually as well, so maybe I will light this up. So I can always place the black concretes here, and then I can grab these sea lanterns. So in front of the light grey concretes, I can place that, and then we can have sea lanterns behind, and then that will provide us a good amount of light now. And the point of the black concretes was always just to kind of like be an order menu of sorts. So there we go, that's it.
No. Go get the rock. I just destroyed the painting again. Oh, come on, let me get the painting. Finally. Let's just focus. Yeah, we go. That's the painting. Yeah, there we go.
Kind of like perfect. And I don't think I want to do anything else to the. Oh, we need to fill these item frames and these cauldrons in with stuff. And when I say stuff, I mean like carpets. I'm going to grab a couple of carpets, one green and one orange, and I'm going to place them on top of the cauldrons to look like something's in there, you know. And then to fill in the item frames, I mean anything that looks any sort of salad related, really. So like, I mean, you could even grab honeycomb, that sort of resembles something. I mean, what does it? I mean, what sort of like looks like? Where are the berries and stuff? I think they're over here somewhere. Here we go, this is better. So some like glow berries would look good, some sweet berries. I mean, even a fern or something, you know. I mean, if we place glow berries, sweet berries, and ferns in here, then it looks like different salad stuff. It looks kind of cool, in my opinion. And in finishing that, ladies and gentlemen, we've kind of finished the whole project. So this is what your modern pizza hut will look like once it's been 100% fully completed.
Alright guys, mind-blowingly, we have finished the 2 builds that I builded in this video. So, yeah, normally I would do integration, because, no, sorry, hang on. Normally I would do integration in this video. However, I'm going to do it off recording, because it's going to take a little while. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh man, this was a long one. But yeah, I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do remember to like and subscribe, turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss a video from me. And yeah, if I didn't say this yet, and this is the end of the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.